What are markets? Are you thinking of these types of markets? Actually, in economics, markets refer to more than just these marketplaces we are familiar with. In fact, they can look like this. Markets consists of both consumers and producers buying and selling goods and services. Each producer can transact with different consumers, while each consumer has different producers to buy from. These multiple transactions take place in what economists term as a market. There is a market for apples, shoes, cars, hairdressing services, and all sorts of things. These markets form the free market economy, a system which coordinates the consumption and production decisions of millions of individuals and firms acting out of self-interest. In the pursuit of self-interest, we would ideally like to have more of everything to fulfill more wants. But remember the central economic problem? Resources are limited, and all markets are tapping on the same pool of finite resources. So what guides the allocation of resources to the various markets? The answer lies in the price mechanism. To understand this a bit more, let's take a look at the case of pages. Pages are small communication devices, and they were all the rage in the 1990s. People were willing to pay as much as $500 for one. This high price signaled that the society valued pages. Incentivized by profits, producers dedicated resources into the production of pages. Over time, the popularity of pages started to decline, and consumers stopped paying for pages. This gave producers the signal and incentive to produce something that people wanted instead, like mobile phones. In this way, the price mechanism guides the allocation of resources towards the goods and services that are most valued by the society, resulting in an efficient allocation of resources. The market is constantly responding to changes in market conditions, reflected as changes in the supply or demand in the market. For example, when consumer preferences change and there is an increase in the demand for a good, this creates a shortage. Producers see it as an opportunity to raise prices and increase production. Consumers who are willing and able to pay the higher price will get to buy it. In the case of a surplus, producers will produce less of the good and lower prices to encourage consumers to buy the good. Prices will fall or rise to a point where quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. Through such price adjustments, surpluses and shortages are eliminated. In addition, the pursuit of profits will give producers the incentive to minimize their production costs. This means reducing wastages and producing more with the same number of resources, leading to efficiency in production. What is perhaps most amazing about this whole system of allocation is the absence of a mastermind dictating and coordinating the decisions made by millions of people in the system. This mechanism was observed way back in the 18th century by one of the earliest economists, Adam Smith, who referred to it as the invisible hand. But is this always a foolproof system? Well, not always. Sometimes this system may fail, and it could require the very visible hand of the government to intervene in the market. When do markets fail to be efficient? How much should governments intervene? What can they do? Find out more as you study the topic of markets in greater detail.